Hey there, and welcome to the Jeremy G Show, episode 10. I'm super pumped about the 10th episode. I came up to the rooftop here in Dalat, Vietnam, just for a little, little extra scenery. We got the sunset taking place behind me. It's a little bit cloudy, but this episode is very special. And on this episode, we're going to be answering a question from Carl. Thank you so much, Carl, for your question. And Carl's question deals with finding a work-life balance and how to do so. So, Carl, first, I would have to ask you about your goals. Why? What are you trying to accomplish with this? Is your overall goal to make more money, to have more overall happiness, or to build your relationships? So, depending on what your goal is, that changes how I'm going to answer your question. But I assume that your overall goal in this question is finding a healthy balance so you can be happy and confident in both your business and relationship and personal life and everything. So one tip I would give you is just to simply look around your surroundings and people that you hang around with and think about who has a work-life balance that you'd like to emulate. And once you find these people, start to surround yourself with them. Because if you surround yourself with workaholics, then that's going to bleed into you and your personality and your day-to-day habits as well. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who have a healthy balance that you'd like to do for yourself, and that'll be one way. Another thing that I do, that I haven't met anyone else who does this, but I have a long list. It's a Google Doc. It's like over 100 things, and it's just a list of things that make me happy. On that list is filming videos, playing guitar, learning new songs, practicing languages, etc. And every once in a while, when I feel like I'm working too much or I'm just not as happy as I usually am, I go back to that list and I pick out a few and then I put them in my schedule. I make sure that I spend 10 minutes, on Friday afternoon playing guitar because I know that it makes me happy. Because one thing that you fall into a trap of is you're just working so hard and you forget that you have fun when you do these things. You don't make time to go on a run with your friend and you forget how fun those are. So that's another thing I would recommend. You don't have to write down a crazy list like I do, but just keep in mind things that make you happy and schedule in time for those. Because if you don't make time for it, then sometimes you won't get to it. So that's another tip I would suggest for you. Another thing that I really love to do is just take sabbaticals. So a sabbatical can be as long as you want, but for me, I just do like 2 days, no internet, or 2 days without any work. And it's great because it provides you some space and time to reflect and really think about the same problems but from a different angle. And it gives you an excuse to do things strictly for fun. Now, I'm not saying go and take a month-long sabbatical and forget about work, but incorporating small-scale sabbaticals into your life could be a great way to really think about your work-life balance and what you want to achieve. This could be just taking an afternoon off or taking 1 day a week off. It really depends on you and your schedule, but I think it's important to schedule these mini sabbaticals and commit to them. If you have a sabbatical, don't do any work. Don't check email. Set up an autoresponder and do that, because having that time away really helps you figure out your desired balance. Another thing that I would try is just really taking care of your health. That means meditating. I meditate every day. Eating healthy food, going to the gym. I think those are non-negotiables because those are part of your social life, but really it bleeds into your work life and your professional life. So I would say those are non-negotiables. Make sure those are in your schedule. But also I would really think about who you're hanging out with, and ideally you find a good group of friends that not only hits on your professional life, but personal life as well. So if your friends are doing similar things and they're also business owners, then it's great to have a social life with them because you can go out and talk about business no problem. Same thing with your friends from your workplace or from your business. If you're able to go and enjoy life and go golfing or go on a run or watch a movie with them, then it's great. So having people that fit more than one role is more beneficial than I realized, because it's not black or white. But most importantly, I'm dark. Why am I dark? Why am I dark? Give me light. Give me light. But most importantly, I would just say you really got to test it out for yourself. One great way to do that I would suggest is just by writing things down. Write down what you did for fun that week. Write down how you're feeling. Journal out your thoughts and get a feel for it, because oftentimes we get too caught up in the hustle and in the grind that we work so hard and we don't really take a step back to reflect. And on another note, oftentimes we go on these vacations and we just put work to the back and we don't really think about work, but then we don't really take a time to think about how's everything going and reflect. So just being conscious and knowing thyself. I know this sounds probably too deep than you want, but really just finding that perfect balance for you, because it ebbs and flows. It's gonna go in waves. Sometimes you wake up and you're super excited to work. Other times you wake up and you don't wanna work at all. So just really feeling yourself out and writing stuff down and being aware and having conversations like this, talking to your other friends about it and seeing what they're doing, seeing how their habits are, and just being open about it. I think that's really the best way to attack this going forward. So I hope this helped. Like I said, this is just my opinion and my thoughts on it, and I'm not a guru. My goal with these videos is to get you thinking about topics like this and how to best control your work-life balance, because I think that's not just you and I, Carl. I think that's a real problem that people face, from a young age up into an old age. My father, I know, deals with the same exact thing, and he's the man because he had me, but he's still figuring out as well. So it's not something that you just figure out overnight, and I think that's okay. But I would love for you guys to keep the conversation going. If you have any more questions, write them in the comments or tweet and use the hashtag JeremyGShow. That's about all for now. The sun is almost down, and now I'm super dark. There we go. This iPhone is great. But anyways, I hope you guys learned from this. If you did, please subscribe. If you have a friend who you think could benefit from this video, please send them the link. I would appreciate it, and he or she would also appreciate it. That being said, I'll talk to you later, and let's kick off a little sunset time lapse at the end of this video. So stay tuned. 3, 2, 1.